Hello, friends. Today we'll start with a question. Who are you? When you try to answer this question, you may say, I'm a doctor, I'm a teacher, I'm a husband, I'm a father, or you may try to define your character like I'm a kind person and so on. All these things describe how you function in relation to the society. But deep inside you, there's a silent story which is ready to come to life when triggered. This story is called your narrative self, your self image, and so called self esteem depends to a large part on this story. So, who writes this inner story? After all, we don't remember every moment since our birth. Then, how is this story authored by our mind? The answer is very simple. The story is made of emotionally charged moments since your childhood. Do you remember that we spoke about attention, memory, and emotions in the previous videos? To recap briefly, whatever grabs your attention enters your consciousness and later becomes a memory. The more the memory is replayed, the stronger it becomes, and that depends on the emotional balance of the experience. The result is that you tend to remember both joyful and sad memories from your past, and you tend to forget the neutral events. So, the point is this: you don't remember just random events from your past, you remember only the emotionally charged ones. These emotionally charged memories keep accumulating in your mind while the mundane memories fade away. These accumulated memories author your self image. In mentally healthy people, these memories are dormant normally but ready to come to life when triggered. As I said, most of our self esteem is based on the emotional balance of our past memories. If someone had an abusive or unhappy childhood, he tends to have a low self esteem. And if someone grew up as a privileged child, he tends to have a high self esteem. And the reason is this: the child with the unhappy childhood grows up thinking that nobody respects him and that he is not worthy of respect. Because that is the story in his mind. He may be hesitant about everything, he may be shy and inhibited around people. This can negatively impact the chances of him succeeding in life. The child with proud and happy memories of childhood grows up thinking that he is naturally worthy of respect. He is naturally confident because that is the story in his mind. He is not afraid of anybody, doesn't easily feel guilty, and he is more spontaneous in relationships. So, is it like people with unhappy past can never achieve in life? That is not the case. I'm sure all of you would have heard inspiring stories about people who overcame difficult childhoods and went on to achieve extraordinary success in life. I'm not giving any examples, but that includes many of our leaders and many famous personalities. The point I want to emphasize is this: that is the beauty of the human brain. It can be reprogrammed at any stage given the right circumstances and opportunities. Neuroscience shows that the brain remains adaptable throughout adult life. That's a property called neuroplasticity, where new connections and patterns can continue to form even through adulthood. The brain has remarkable capacity to reset and rewire. So your story keeps on changing. I mean, your past cannot change in a fundamental way, but the way you perceive your past can change, and that's all that matters. And your future becomes more promising when you overcome your past trauma and low self esteem. Every subsequent chapter in your life has a new twist. It becomes exciting. Movies have been made about how children from difficult backgrounds go on to achieve valuable things in life. If you can recognize this movie, please mention it in the comments. So, are there ways to overcome low self esteem and build confidence? There are several, but the first and foremost thing, and the most important thing in emotional healing, is finding the right companionship. Basically, finding good friends. Almost anything is easier when you have a friend. It may be a friend or a spouse, or maybe someone like a mentor. An encouraging word from a trusted person can build your confidence much more than several sessions of professional counseling. So, don't isolate yourself, go out and cultivate friendships. For two are better than one, for if they fall, one will lift up the other. If two lie down together, they will keep warm. But how can one keep warm alone? Second, don't compare your life to other people. That's a sure shot way to lose your confidence. Everyone's life is unique in their own way, and your life is unique in its own way. Third, there are several techniques like positive thinking, positive self talk, counseling, and all that. We'll dive into the science behind these techniques in the next video. So, if your story so far has been difficult, remember this: you're not stuck with it. Your brain has the power to edit, reframe, and rewrite. Don't forget to subscribe and share your thoughts in the comments. See you next time. Thank you.